think that we can all agree, not only as just individuals, but like as a mass, as a society, we feel the overstimulation in regards to our phones and social media. And we've got this like love-hate relationship thing going on with our phones. We love to scroll. We love to always have something on, like music or a podcast, or we're always watching shows, and we're like super obsessed with like getting the quick dopamine and just like having everything right away. And it's obvious that it's a problem. And I know a lot of people talk about this. I'm sure there's like a million YouTube videos about overstimulation and what to do and everything. But I really feel like this video and some of the things I have to say are important and worth getting out there, because today I am inviting you to be bored. I don't remember exactly what the video was, but a few months ago there was some video on YouTube where she was talking about just being bored. It might have even been Mel Robbins, but I can't remember. But whoever it was that was saying it was talking about how like even when we're like doing the dishes or cleaning our house, or when we're in the shower, we're like listening to music, or we have a podcast on, or you're doing your makeup in the morning and you're listening to music. And it's like there's just always like it's never turned off, and it's so rare nowadays that we just are in silence, and like it's kind of like something feels wrong. Like especially a really good example is like when you're sitting down to eat your food, which I normally do. Like I'll have my dinner and I'll go sit at my couch. We have one of those coffee tables that like lift up, and it's like a table, and I always watch TV while I'm eating, and it's hard to just like eat in silence. Like could you imagine literally taking your plate of food and just sitting at the table, no phone, no TV, no nothing, just you and your food, just slowing down? Like it's like you would want to reach for your phone or put something on. And I'm definitely still struggling with like eating in silence, and I don't think that it's something that we have to do all the time, but I am inviting you to just at least consider being bored or being in silence at least some of the time, because I think that our brains are like melting and turning to mush, and any little moments that we can have where it's just like, this is just what it is. And I actually have been consciously trying to do this. I don't do it all the time, but even just doing it a couple times is better than not at all. But when I can, like when I'm doing my makeup in the morning, I used to always have music on. It like was a vibe. It was like a whole thing. I couldn't do my makeup without music or a podcast on. But now I will literally just do it in silence and kind of just be fully present in like, I am doing my makeup right now. And I kind of almost like romanticize the process. Like it's like, wow, like I'm picking up this makeup brush and like I'm putting on my foundation, or I'm putting on my eyeliner. It's taken a little bit of time to get used to, but now it's kind of become like a fun thing where it's like when I'm doing my makeup, it's like, wow, like I'm just hanging out with myself, and like I'm actually more conscious of what I'm doing, and like picking my eyeshadow colors and like having fun with it and like romanticizing the process. And I do the same thing now, like when I shower. Again, always had like music on when I shower, but now it's like I'm just in the shower and I'm like washing my hair and washing my body, and I'm like, whoa, like I'm alive right now, and like the water feels like nice, and it's just like you become more aware of like things and stuff, and like the smells of like your shampoo and everything. Whereas when you have something on all the time, it's like you just kind of are on like autopilot, and like you're not really like thinking or aware. But when you're bored, it's kind of like you have more time to think. And I think really what I'm getting at is that we just need to do more things that are like real, and try to like get away from our phones and technology as much as we can, and not rely on it so much. And also I know other people, like with the whole being overstimulated with social media, I've seen a lot of people on like YouTube who are literally like, I quit Instagram, or I uninstalled Instagram, or I haven't used social media in like 6 months and it's been great. And sometimes I think that that would be nice. Like there's a little bit of me that's like, it would be really nice to just like delete Instagram and uninstall it and never go on it again, and just like be more like real, like how it used to be before we had our phones and everything. But personally, and I feel like most people, like that's not really an option, like especially for someone like me who actually like is doing Instagram and YouTube. Like I can't just delete them. So for me, the goal is to just not be on it so much. And I've kind of over the last like 6 or so months, I've kind of done this thing where I've sort of made my brain have like the ick when it comes to my phone, because I definitely used to be someone that would always bring my phone with me to bed. You know, I'd always be like on my phone scrolling or whatever. I don't know why I did the texting thing, but like, you know, I'd be doom scrolling before bed, and that's like the worst thing that you can do. Like having your phone before you go to bed, and then when you wake up in the morning and having your phone be the first thing, like that's one thing that for the year of 2025 I have completely, basically, like there's like a rare time where maybe I'll cave in and bring my phone, but 95% of the time I keep my phone away from my nightstand. I do not bring it with me. And I've actually gotten to the point now, like in the beginning it was very hard. It was like, oh, I want to go on my phone. But now I read books before bed, which is really nice. Or sometimes I don't read anything or do anything. I just go to bed and just, that's it. But there was definitely an adjustment period. But now I've gotten to the point where like I'm actually like, ugh, like get that thing away from me. Like I do not want to look at that anytime near before going to bed or anytime in the morning. Like when I wake up in the morning, I like avoid my phone. Like I'm like, ew, don't even show it to me. Sometimes my husband uses his phone still at night and in the morning. He doesn't really care and my husband doesn't doom scroll. He more like reads articles. But sometimes in the morning or at night, he'll go to like show me something on his phone and I'm like, oh my God, get the blue light away from me. I can't stand it. Basically, the reason why I get the ick from my phone now and tend to avoid it more often than not, and I only go on it when like I actually need to, like I don't really doom scroll at all. Sometimes a little bit, but no more than like 5 to 10 minutes or so. But I only really go on my phone and like onto Instagram when I have to actually post something or reply to comments. But other than that, it's honestly just become like a standard. Like I've set it as a standard where it's like, I do not go on my phone. I do not doom scroll. And now that's why I get the ick, because it's like I have set that as like that's who I am. So I can't do it because like that's my belief now, you know? So it definitely comes down to like setting your standards and everything. And I actually have like notes for this video because I just didn't want to forget anything. And one of the things that I put is, for the love of God, don't bring your phone to bed. Get an alarm clock. Like seriously, if you're gonna do anything, if you're feeling overstimulated and you want to try to fix it, 100%, at the very least, the main thing is that you should not bring your phone with you to bed. And like, do not look at it at night or in the morning. That is like the biggest life changer thing that has definitely been awesome. A few other things that I wrote down, I actually just realized I've been like hiding this the whole video. It's like, why don't I just read some of my notes? Some of the things that I put down is do dishes bored, be grateful, and be in awe of things. Like as an example, when I make my coffee in the morning, I actually have my coffee right there. When I make it and when I take my first sip, like I am like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. Like I get to have my coffee and it tastes good. And this is so fun. Like when I'm putting like my ground coffee into my coffee maker, I'm like, this is so fun. I'm going to get to have my coffee in a few minutes and it's going to be so great. Basically just like romanticize the hell out of everything. And I also put to just slow down, set the vibe, take the time. Like even for example, over here, I lit a candle and turned on this LED light and brought my coffee here and kind of set it up. It's like that sets a vibe. Like anything that you do, go out of your way to like make it a thing. Like if you're gonna do something, even if you're literally gonna doom scroll, like make an event out of it. Like don't just like do it willy-nilly and like spend like hours doing it. Instead, make it like an intentional event where it's like, I have this really intense craving to doom scroll, but I'm specifically gonna go set a 15-minute timer and I'm gonna light a candle and I'm gonna put on some ambient music and I'm gonna specifically sit here and scroll knowing that I'm on a time limit, and then I'm going to tell myself that when that timer goes off that I am so badass and so in control that I will literally just put my phone down and be like, that was fun. Now I'm going to go on a walk or do whatever you want to do. Maybe go bake something. That's another thing I wrote down. I put bake something or clean out like the closet or like your random junk drawer or your dresser where all of your clothes aren't folded anymore. Like just do something different. Do literally anything. There's this girl on Instagram. I forget her username. But she was like really popping off and kind of going viral for the last little bit. And she did this series. It was like a 30-day thing where it was like, it started with day 1 of doing absolutely anything other than bed rotting and doom scrolling. Literally just do anything else other than being on your phone. And honestly, another thing, I don't remember the exact amount, but I heard on a Mel Robbins podcast like months ago that the amount of time that we spend on our phones, like by the time we're like old, I think it's like years. Like we will have spent literal years on our phones. And I can absolutely guarantee you, I know for sure I would, if I spend years worth of my life just on my phone doing like stupid stuff, I will regret it when I'm older. I feel like the moral of this video is you don't have to delete everything. You don't have to uninstall Instagram, but we should be making every conscious effort to not be on it as much and to just be okay with doing like more fun, creative things, like maybe draw, even if you suck at it. Just pull out a piece of paper or a sketchbook and just draw and be like, wow, look at this horrible drawing that I did, and I did it in silence, and now I have this thing and it's cool. Or go on a walk, and honestly, I love going on walks. It's one of my favorite things ever. I love like seeing the trees and the grass, and like literally I just walk through my neighborhood, but like I love it. I'm like, look at these houses. I guess I was rambling for so long that my phone storage filled up, so I had to delete something, but I'm almost done. Something else I put is 2000 vibes, and just like any activity that's like pre-phones, do that. That's the bomb. I also just put CD player because I recently got a CD player again. I got it off of Amazon. I'll like link it down below. It's actually really cool. It's like purple, and I've been listening to CDs again, and it's so much more fulfilling than just listening to like music on Spotify or on your phone or on YouTube or however you listen to it. Physically putting in a CD and being like, this is the CD I'm listening to is such a vibe. And same thing with DVDs. I feel like a lot of us do still have DVD players, but when you can, why not opt for a DVD player over streaming something? I also put do a puzzle, sit outside, and you get to like think of the world as you get to do this, and you can choose. Like we're literally adults. Like remember when we were kids and we were like, I can't wait to be an adult and I can do whatever I want and stay up as late as I want. I feel like now that we're here, we forget that like you can literally choose to do anything you want at any time. Like if you're doom scrolling, there's literally like do it to rebel. Like do it to literally be like, I am specifically gonna put down my phone because my body doesn't want to, but as an adult, I want to, and I'm gonna go bake some chocolate chip cookies from scratch, you know, or I'm gonna go on a walk. Literally just do everything with intention. Even if you are intentionally just going to put the phone down, turn the music off, turn the podcast off, and stare at the wall, do it with intention. I'm gonna stare at the wall and just think for 10 minutes. Could you even? Like, it's like, I feel like we would even struggle. I would probably struggle. I try to meditate sometimes, but at least then, like when I'm meditating, I'm kind of like closing my eyes, but to literally just stare at a wall for 10 minutes, I don't know if I could. Maybe I'll try it afterwards. Yeah, I think that is everything. I hope that this helped or did something. It might have been a little bit rambly and all over the place, but I hope that you get the vibe that I was going for, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, and if you are maybe gonna try to just do things in silence and be bored. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this, and if you're gonna try it out, let me know how it goes. I am still personally working on it. I feel like I do pretty good most of the time, maybe more than half the time I do okay. But even with trying to do a lot of these things for the last few months, I still feel overstimulated and numb a lot of the time. So might take a little bit more to like get there. I don't know. We'll see. If I figure out anything else that like really works, I will have to let you guys know. This was fun. I think I've got 10 more seconds of this before it's full again. So hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll